Hey, wagwan everyone. This is Dutch. Welcome to my channel, Artwork by Dutch. I am the ADHD artist, and I have a bit of a headache. I'm kind of sleep deprived. So if you don't know what an ADHD brain is, typically most people, just neurotypical types, will just fall asleep immediately. They'll put their thoughts, whatever's nagging the back of their mind, to rest. I happened to watch because I was thinking about, Misty Mountains, far Misty Mountains from The Hobbit, and I was thinking about the song, and then saw a video about it that they created this song, and I'm like, what are they talking about? So I had to then go look up the original Hobbit cartoon by Baskin and Rask to put my mind at ease, because I remember singing that song, especially when the intro began and we saw the Hobbit at the midnight showing when it first came out in Minnesota, and I was singing the song with them. Maybe not the same cadence as they were, but I was singing it. So, and then my mind kept going about, well, dwarves were drawn differently than the Hobbit because the hobbits are kind of round, and the dwarves were a little bit longer in head. So my brain just went and started thinking about that. I'm just trying to get my light readjusted because I'm looking kind of ominous there. So 6 hours of sleep. Usually I get a nice 7. I don't usually have those kind of thoughts late at night, but I was finishing up flatting some pages for DC, and I just went to that Tarot. Um, so I'm just going to do my usual sound check. And I have to add some things in here. I forgot for, darn it. For my live streams, I need to add in information about the type of software I use, music that has to be done, etc. So I'm adding that here in the comments. I'll probably go back to the YouTube studio and add it there. But so they can see it, I'll add it in here so we all have that. And hide that. Check. There we go. So I'll show you what I did with the Soldier 76 I drew yesterday. I'll take a picture of it, add it to Instagram. And then we'll work on the Spider Gwen that I just chose. It's nice. I didn't grab the template I usually use to make the little border, and we'll take a look. But that's the problem with being ADHD, and I'm surprised I was actually able to do this on time at 2:30. I was trying to do some other things, but I came across a good quote this morning that would help for inspiring you ADHD or neurodivergent types like myself out there, which is, why fit in when you were born to stand out? That's by Dr. Seuss. So it's very important because I currently, right now, I'm looking for a part-time position just to fill in, because being a freelance illustrator, those checks don't come in on time. Companies have 90-day pay times or 30 days. So they hit or miss. I'm just looking for something that's going to fill up my morning. I have my time. I usually do all my flatting work, coloring work, and my own illustrations later in the afternoon and evening. So if I can find something in the morning, that'd be great. So if you have any art jobs out there that need to be done, look for an illustrator. Information is at the bottom there, my beacons to reach out to me. I'll be putting a lot of these things into my store as well. So on that note, let's get going, and we'll drive over to my desk and we will look at what I have done with Soldier, how it's changed from what was yesterday, where I left it at, and we'll tackle the Spider Gwen. So let's go. All right. And it had fallen down. Get over to my desk there. And I forgot. It's music going. And let's Get restream up. Okay, so this time I'm able to see comments, and my thing had fallen to the ground. All right, we'll give that a second to scan in there. So I kind of did some stuff. I was watching little Ryan Benjamin, and like did some smearing. I've never done that before, so it's something new. But I think it looks a little bit better. Definitely not my wheelhouse for a lot of hatching, etc. But that's what we're here to practice on. And I probably should move that. So that will be on my Instagram. This is just a first day throwaway piece to work on. This is Spider Gwen. So I've got my restream set up, so if there's any comments, I'll be able to see. Hopefully it works with Instagram. So I can see a lot of people on there now. But yeah, a lot of things I had to reset up. My computer, I downloaded the latest OS, and unfortunately it was corrupt. Or had a lot of things that were not compatible with my external hard drives. So I lost my 5th issue of the Wayfarer that I had just finished inking. I was proud of the inking. I was proud of everything. And I was getting ready to print off copies for hybrid inks. What that means, basically, you draw it digitally, turn it to blues line art, and print it off on a printer, and then you ink it manually or traditionally. And I was hoping to do a lot of those pages during this challenge. So I lost everything. I was just getting ready to start lettering it, get ready to color it and get it done. In doing so, I lost a lot of my custom brushes, so I was not very happy. And then I also had to reset to previous OS with the Genius Store. And by doing that, I ended up losing a lot of my setup for my streams. So the hard part I have here, as I said, visually for me, is that so far away, I like to be up close looking at this. Hopefully that music's not too loud. So I've got a tangent here I just caught. I'll have to fix that. If this was digital, I could just tap my back button. To undo it all. Yeah, I did this one earlier this year. So I'm actually not unhappy with how it looks. One second here. So I'm not seeing any comments or anything. But hopefully it's entertaining. So I did draw one of my two characters last night. So it's for all you ladies and guys out there that like muscular men. It's a picture of Khan, who's one of the characters in the first issue of the Wayfarer, available at my store. I do have to print more of the $5 covers or issues because they're currently out of stock. But I also did load it up on Amazon Kindle, so you can also purchase it there as well, get a digital copy. I originally wasn't going to do this one. I didn't realize I already had put the Bill Cipher one up here to work on. So maybe we'll work on Bill Cipher tomorrow from Gravity Falls. I'm so glad I made the change last year to, instead of stressing out drawing every day and then having to try to stream and ink this, just doing this ahead of time in the month of September and having them ready was definitely a game changer. All right, so done inking, and I'll probably erase this off screen so we don't have earthquakes. I hope everyone's day is going well today. All right. This is probably where I should have grabbed my brush pen. Don't know where it's at. Do these big shapes. So I just realized this marker earlier today when I was doing that soldier piece is very juicy. So you can see some shine going on there. That allowed me to do the smearing. Normally I would try to figure out where the highlight is and light cast underneath, but I'm gonna do that later. Bring up my Posca pen for that. I'm trying to choose a piece here to get done quickly. Just got some coloring I've got to do for another client. Got to knock out our cover and pages quickly. And finish up some more work for DC. So for those that don't know what I do, it's not only just as a freelance illustrator, as I'm also a comic flat colorist. And for those who don't know what a flat colorist is, and I'm always surprised, I'll bring this up quite a few times here. People in the industry who don't know what a flat colorist is. Once it's been inked, it needs to page or cover or an illustration needs to be filled with color, just flat colors. Just typically you want to choose the colors that are based on the character. So if I'm doing Nightcrawler, you want to pick a nice red, blue for his face, yellow for eyes. Nothing that's neonish or whatever. And I'm basically just making selectable colors. So when it goes on to the next colorist, because there's two colorists involved in making a comic. There's the flat colorist and a colorist. Now, some colorists, yes, do their own flats and will color it, but oftentimes they hire out a flat colorist to do that work because it is a daunting task. Imagine having to not only paint your house, but then to paint all the furniture that goes into the house, dishes, etc. And then you have somebody come in later when you're doing your house as a stager, who then makes it all look nice and pretty and gussy it up. That's basically what a flat colorist does and a colorist does, or a render colorist, next one. There are different means and ways of doing it. I've seen if it's really clean art, the colorists can easily take care of it themselves and knock it out. Like Marty Garcia, I've seen a lot of his videos. There's techniques. Hopefully one day we too, just like animators, do the background coloring and coloring for characters and animation. We'll get our credit and name in there if we were touch a book. I'm not looking for royalties. It'd just be nice to get credited because it's a big task. And if you've seen and had to color, I remember doing a Green Lantern, and I did maybe about 50 Green Lanterns, and they all have to be different hues of green, plus the debris and spaceships they were fighting. That's a daunting task. Some colorists will, or next renderer might, as I've done with the Scooby-Doo Apocalypse, where I flatted out every monster in Scooby-Doo Apocalypse in one issue. And when I bought the issue, looked at it, they just colored it in one purple color, and that was it. So all that work that I spent was gone. Then too, I get hired by a lot of artists to do flats because they spent 8 hours doing it to draw the piece, and they're kind of burnt out. And I've been doing this for 10 years now, so I've figured out how to be fast and efficient. And I get feedback. I often times will ask people for feedback, how I did, what I need to improve on. Because sometimes with ADHD, what makes it good for us is that we hyperfocus, and I can hyperfocus on a piece. The problem is that when I hyperfocus, sometimes I miss details. Maybe I missed a pixel here or there. Also, too, sometimes it's just a computer issue and it didn't work right. But so, it helps me then to get that kind of feedback, what I missed, whatever. And now I've started to implement into my process the act of taking 5 to 10 minutes and just scanning the piece for any artifacts or pieces I missed, if I missed an earring or if I missed a tie. So this, I have a template for that. I'm going to find it, and I'm just going to put it in my template on and scratch it out. So remember, do me a favor here, like, subscribe, comment if you're watching on YouTube. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'm sure that's possible. I'm at the point of wrapping up here. Just gonna outline it real quick. Nope, that's a brush pen. I have a ton of pens that I haven't opened yet. I probably should just do that. It'll probably make this process go a little smoother. So I'll be adding a new tier to my Patreon. Remember, just for 1 cup of coffee a month, it'll help keep my lights on. Allow me to continue doing this. This Figma marker isn't, it's bent. I'm not sure what happened to it. So this one will go up on my store. This one I'm going to take the full colors, not in the stream, but afterwards. So I got work I got to get done first. So luckily the client knew that. I kind of let her know. So I'll probably work on this tonight. You know, post it on Instagram shortly afterwards. It's probably this one I wanted. Nope. All right. So there we go. We got Spider Gwen. Go Spider. I'm going to continue doing a cleanup on it as we go. So let me know if this time works, if, you know, this is good for you guys. I'm trying to figure out what a good time is each day. Might do some in the evening, maybe on the weekends. That might be better for me. Late at night. It's usually when a lot of other people are out. So that's it. Again, this is just practice for me. And it's there to help improve my inking. I do digital inks. So with digital inks, I can actually undo and, adjust my line width, etc. This is helping me get over my fear of traditional inking because it's permanent, and also figure out techniques that I've learned from other artists out there like Shelby Robertson or Tony Rodriguez, etc. who have helped me in my experience. So thanks again, everybody, for joining. I appreciate it. And I will catch you guys tomorrow. Same bat channel, same bat time. And hashtag Dutchtober here. We're going to get this done. So take care. Have a good night.